morning, night is holding tight. The city's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night. Raindrops on the windshield, there's a storm moving in. He's headed back from somewhere that he never should have been. And the thunder rolls. And the thunder rolls.
Every light's burning in a house across town. She's pacing by the telephone in her faded flannel gown, asking for a miracle, hoping she's not right, praying it's the weather that's kept him out all night. And the thunder rolls, and the thunder rolls, the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes. Another love grows cold on a sleepless night as the storm blows on out of control. The thunder rolls. She's waiting by the window when he pulls into the drive. She rushes out to hold him, thankful he's alive. All the wind and rain, the strange new perfume blows, and the lightning flashes in her eyes, and he knows that she knows. And the thunder rolls, and the thunder rolls. The thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes. Another love grows cold on a sleepless night as the storm blows on out of control. The thunder rolls. She runs back down the hallway, through the bedroom door. She reaches for the pistol kept in the dresser drawer. Tells the lady in the mirror he won't do this again, 'cause tonight will be the last time she wonder where he's been. The thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Another love grows cold on a sleepless night as the storm blows on out of control. The thunder rolls. The thunder
I see Carl's been looking through State of Mind's playlist a little more.
Oh, yeah. That one there, even Garth Brooks told him they did it better than he did. But, man, they got awesome voices.
Yeah, again.
Yes, they do.
Shout out to State of Mind for allowing us to use their music. We do have a new song. I got permissions from another artist.
Stay tuned for maybe next week we'll put it on.
Well, we might have to give them a little teaser today.
We might at the midway point.
We might have to give them a little bit of a teaser. I promise, for all our like-minded friends and family, you're gonna like it. I thought it was great.
And we will put a graphic warning up if children are in the room.
It does
Put your
have some,
headphones on.
it does have some vulgarity, but it's so worth it. God,
It's worth it.
It's so worth it. I couldn't believe this dude said yes. I was like, really?
Yeah, you showed me
let's
that
go.
text. Yeah.
Woo! So stick around and find out. So I found an article that I had to cover. I had to cover. It doesn't make sense for me to not cover this.
Hey, Jules.
Meet America's gun super owners with an average of 17 firearms each.
Repeat that.
Yeah, meet the article is titled Meet America's Gun Super Owners with an average of 17 firearms each.
Is your name on that list?
We're gonna find out.
Were you interviewed?
Nope. So I figured out, well, that kind of looks like something I might need to be a part of. Let me go and check this out. Because y'all know I like to make the show more based off of interaction, conversation, demonstrations, different things like that. The gun fails, the gun cleaning. We've really gotten away from the articles, and I've really liked it. I still pull a couple up just to be safe.
Right.
And I saw this one, and I'm like, I have to do it. I have to
Right.
do it.
Well, it deals with the Second Amendment.
Well, then it says the average super collectors have 17. Some are collectors with elaborately curated selections of historical firearms, while others are just accumulators. They say it's surprisingly easy to get 17 guns. For years, Rich, a refinery operator from Wilmington, Delaware, was a typical American gun owner. He had only one or two guns, including a handgun he stashed in the bottom drawer in his bedroom. He never took it out, never fired it. In December of 2012, 20 first graders were murdered in a school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, sparked renewed calls for a ban for the AR-15 military-style rifle. Worried that a ban was coming, Rich joined the crowd of people at local gun stores and paid roughly $2,000 in cash for an AR-15, twice what the gun is actually worth. I never really wanted one before, he said, but at that time there was a fear if you don't buy it now, you may never get one, which is true, which is why I regret never buying a binary trigger.
Yep.
One purchase followed another. 3 months after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, Rich owned 10 guns. Today, he says it's at least 43. Bravo. And he asked that his name not be published for fear that publicizing too many details might attract thieves. 39-year-old is now one of America's firearms super owners, part of the 3% of American adults who collectively own 130 million firearms, half of the nation's total stock of civilian guns. Oops. The collection in his safe now includes 3 AR-15 lower receivers that will allow each of his 3 children to customize their own rifles when they come of age, whether an assault weapon ban is passed or not. But Rich said semi-automatic AR-15s have become a little boring to him. He's much more excited about historic military weapons and dreams of someday owning a fully automatic weapon. That's a grail gun, he said. It's like a whole other arena of firearm ownership, which he's not wrong.
No, he's not.
Getting a hold of fully automatic, hell, binary triggers at this point in time. Taurus Raging Judge Magnum. Thankfully, the Marlin 1895 SBL is making a comeback, but there are bump stocks, vertical foregrips on pistols. There's so many things now that are considered a holy grail where it's a felony. Are some people still going to break the law? Yes. Are we going to admit to it? No.
No.
We plead the fifth. And I phrase that openly. You do not know. I have shown multiples, and y'all have seen nothing illegal. So, kiss off. Being called a gun nut doesn't bother him, Rich said. I kind of take it as a term of endearment. And all 22% of American adults are gun owners, according to a new survey of gun owners. Those are some rookie numbers. Those are 13%, that or 22%. That's a rookie. We got to bump those numbers up. Those boating accidents, Michael. I'm sorry you paid a little higher. Well, depends on what model or what manufacturer you bought from, because there are cheaper models, but then you run into a lot more problems.
He bought an AK. Is he talking about an AK-47?
Yes. So an AK, you do see a lot of quality issues the cheaper you go. Where the AR, there's a couple things that aren't really a huge deal. Whereas the AK, at least from my understanding, I don't know that. Excuse me, I don't own an AK. I'd like to get a 7.62 by 39. I'm just not a huge fan of the AK body style. But the people that I have talked to that are AK fanatics all say the same thing. Pay more for it. Pay more for it.
Well, an AK, isn't it? It was just under one manufacturer, wasn't it?
Used to be. Now there are many
Really?
many different manufacturers. Just like there's many different manufacturers for the AR. Oh. It's the same thing. Kalishnikov. What was the first name? It's
yeah, Jules, it was a charter boat.
Avtomat Kalishnikov.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I butchered the shit out of that. It's Russian, so. But yeah, the Avtomat Kalishnikov and the Armalite rifle were both originally created by one man. Each manufacturer, the original, came from one person. They actually have a photo of both of them holding each other's firearms.
Oh, really?
Yes, they had a press release years ago where Kalishnikova was holding the Armalite model AR created by who created the AR?
Because the AK was made back right at the beginning of Vietnam, a little bit before that, wasn't it?
1947. Yvonne Sutherland created the AR. That also sounds Russian as shit. Good evening, Sally. I do have some presents for you today. I promised I plan on living up to it. But yeah, they actually ended up holding each other's firearms in one of their press releases. It was really, really interesting to see the two creators of the firearms. Yeah, I think there's a liberal side that's AK stands for automatic killer, and AR is assault rifle. So it's somewhat obnoxious. Get educated. It's easily found. I found it in 10 seconds on Google. But the people that I've talked to about the AK, if you're not willing to spend over $1,000 on an AK, you're not going to get one of good quality. And from my understanding, when an AK fails, it fails.
AK is the highest manufactured rifle in the world.
Currently. That's also because it was one of the most durable during the World Wars when Carl over here was fighting with a gun made by a toy company.
Yeah.
The AK-47 was able to withstand the trials and tribulations that the M16 could not.
Right.
M16s were not designed to be able to handle that mud, humidity, that kind of climate. They were rusting through. They were seizing up. They were a nightmare, where the AK-47 was continuously proving its worth. Now, they're about equal, in all honesty. Now, I do know Alaska still uses AK-47s because of the cold environment. They're not really wanting to transition over till Armory was the original manufacturer.
There, he's telling you a little bit more about that. Tula Armory.
Kalishnikova. He's trying to correct me on how I said Kalishnikova.
Hey. What can you
But
say?
he's also one of the AK people that likes. I'm a bigger fan of ARs. I'm a real big fan of that new military rifle we've talked about coming out from SIG. But unfortunately, that's an $8,000 gun right now.
Now, you know that during especially Vietnam and places like that, they were always told if they could get their hands on an AK,
Take it.
always get it. You know why?
Other than the fact that it was more reliable
More reliable,
and you had a steady
and
supply of ammo.
you had ammo from the AK plus the M60 machine gun ammo worked in it.
That's right. We talked about this.
Yeah,
I keep
that was the only way because nothing else would fit in the M16 except for M16 ammo.
well.
So that was always one of the things. The Chinese had them, and stuff like that. And when you got them, yeah, you had plenty of ammo.
And Julie, that's another reason that American military is currently looking at getting away from the M16 because the manufacturers of the M16, again, cheapest. When people say military grade, anybody that was enlisted knows what that means. Cheap shit.
The cheapest thing they could get from a manufacturer in mass.
They are still having issues with them. No, not to the extent that we were having, but we are still having issues with them. They were not built. That's why when people say you have military grade guns, that's insulting. I do not. I have better quality guns than they do. I know. I worked with them. They're garbage guns. They're disgusting. Don't get me wrong. The Beretta M9 service pistol is an all right weapon. It's a pain. It's a pain in the neck to clean, but overall it's a respectable gun. I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it feels. I can shoot it accurately. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a fan of it. Whereas the M16 and M4, they were always having.
Well, you look at the very, very first AR-15s that came out.
Oh, let me see if I can find that.
Right. You know how easy it was to make them fully automatic?
Very.
Up inside on your selector switch, there was a tang. All you did was bend it where you could flip it around further. Fully automatic.
Let me see. Original.
You're right. Military grade is the minimum standard, and that's exactly right. Even today.
Ha! Found it.
Did you?
For all of you that are wondering, here is the AR-15 original advertisement. AR-15 223 caliber semi-automatic rifle includes 2 clips, manual and special cleaning kit. $229, new list price $297. That's how cheap that shit was.
Yeah.
And there's another advertisement. If I
that was a long time ago, folks.
Yeah. Here's the original magazine, which says, with Colt's new AR-15 Sporter, you're ready to, for a new hunting adventure. The AR-15 Sporter weighs only 6 pounds. 223 caliber, 55 grain bullet, has a muzzle velocity of 3,100 feet per second. Every AR-15 Sporter is factory targeted at 100 yards. If you're a hunter, camper, collector, you'll want the AR-15 Sporter at any registered Colt dealer. $189.50.
Yep.
That was the original magazine print for the AR-15. Hunting partner.
Mm-hmm.
The AR-15 was literally designed for hunting.
Yep.
Not a military grade weapon, not for use in the military, nothing military based whatsoever. They don't like it because it looks like an M16.
It looks like a killing machine.
And Josh, you're right.
It is. Yeah, it is still easy, but it was a lot easier back then.
The good thing about the AK style rifle is that it was designed by a soldier who was tired of having to fight the enemy with the equivalent of a musket. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not going to want to go into a fully automatic war with something that is, well,
Shooting a good sized round. Well, basically a 308.
Yes, I have that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the caliber itself is interesting.
But I did fire a lot of M60s when I was in the service. Those things were fun.
I'd still
Pain
love
in the
to,
ass changing barrels, but they were fun.
I'd still love to get a hold of this new SIG they've got coming out. Oh God, that's going to be one of my Grail guns. The Barrett 50 cal is a Grail gun, and the Marlin 1895 SBL is a Grail gun for me.
Yeah.
Those three. I'd still like to try and get my hands on the Taurus Raging Judge Magnum, but seeing as they discontinued it, probably going to be impossible with how gun grabbers are going right now. Everybody's buying guns. I guarantee that 22% that they were reading or we were talking about, this article comes to us from 2016. So over the course of 6 years, M16 replaced the M1. However, the M1 has a huge one, really reliable gun. The M1 Grand was a super reliable gun. The problem a lot of people had, they were getting their thumbs bit all the time when they were reloading them. That was really the biggest complaint that I've ever heard from any M1 Grand owner or anybody that's used one, is you've got to be careful how you reload it. That ping was phenomenal, but they really wanted something that could hold more rounds and that they could carry more ammunition with them. You got to think, you're shooting 308. You've got 6 or 8 rounds in the M1 Grand. You can get 20 rounds of 308 in a magazine. You can get 30 rounds.
20 was about the average in the AK back in the day.
You can get 30 rounds of 5.56 into a magazine. Normal magazines, mind you, we're talking normal magazines, factory sent magazines.
Grand.
No, we're talking, there's I've got 2 magazines that go up to 100 rounds. They're not the best quality. I don't know how well they're going to last. Not the M1 Grand.
What's this MG42 Luke's talking about?
I want to get me an MG. Oh, I know what that one is. That's what I thought it was.
What is
it? All sorts of fun. You may not be able to get a hold of the MG42, but you can get an M2.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can get an M249 or 243 from FN America. Now, it is pricey, but it is a semi-automatic
weapon. Yeah.
No, a semi-automatic belt-fed minigun. Oh, it's so sexy. I won't. That's another one I'd like to get my hands on. But
that would be a blast, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So,
what size of round does it shoot? 7.62. Yep.
The original caliber was 7.92.
The Grand fires 30-06.
That's right. Sorry, Josh. 30-6. Excuse me.
Yeah.
There's so many 3 calibers, dude. 308, 338, 30-6. Shit.
30-30.
30-30. Yeah. If I say something, just correct me. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's so many rounds out here for guns anymore.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's all right. You could buy a box of every caliber at Academy and fill a wall, like my bedroom wall up.
Oh, yeah.
A box, just a box
of
what they actively sell, because they don't sell it. They don't have 50 BMG. Well, some of them do. Most of them don't have 50 BMG. Some, I haven't found any anymore that have 50 Beowulf.
Yeah, the M14, yeah. Minigun.
Let me just show. No, I've got one of your guns. I've got that one. I've got 2 of your guns. Excuse me.
Yeah, 8mm Mauser. I've shot one of them.
Yeah, that's right.
That damn thing will blow your shoulder off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I seen a guy deer hunting with one.
Luke, when you get to America, you can own any one of these guns.
Yep.
Really?
This is made by F in America. Now I'm more partial to this guy right here,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh.
you can see that price tag's not the prettiest thing.
Yeah.
Can we remove like 2 of those 9s and we could call a deal?
Yeah, right. What the hell? No.
Minigun is an M134.
I'm trying to saw. I was trying to think of
Yes.
the word. It's a saw.
M249.
It's a beautiful gun. It's a piece of beautiful. Because you got to think of it this way: if you want to put a belt-fed upper on an AR, you're spending anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 alone.
Mhm.
At least those. Again, Facebook. We're not selling anything. We're showing prices. We do not own or sell any guns.
Nope, we don't.
But if you're wanting to kind of go for
But
biggest
you want
bang
to
for
buy
your
a
buck,
cartoon gun.
if you keep throwing me off. If you want more bang for your buck, then I'd definitely go with the M249 from the F in America. But you also got to think it's an actual saw. It's going to be heavier.
What's a 240 Bravo?
I've heard that one, and I can't just think of it top of my head right now. It's another machine gun.
All these over in the UK.
No, I wouldn't mind having my hands on that one either. Very similar to the M249. Again, it's going to be one of those heavy bastards that do you really want to lug this thing around unless you're distributing freedom seeds thousands at a time?
Yes.
Because I promise, if that is going to become the case, and I really, really wish I had the money right now because I have a feeling something's coming, I'd love to have my hands on this, and I'd be reloading everything.
The 249 is in 5.56 and the 240 is in 308.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you can only get the 249. I don't even know if they make a belt-fed upper for 308. That's a good question.
Be pretty cool if they did.
No.
Do they?
No, this is they were selling a 8mm Mauser that had been manufactured to 308. Belt-fed AR. So from what I can find, no. The FBI, DOD, police departments are actively combating that one because they already don't like the belt-fed 5.56 uppers.
Right.
And yeah, no, that price has gone up. And apparently is not a very controllable, although that's at 2K. A lot of people would give their left nut for a belt-fed 308 upper.
Well, yeah. The knockdown power? Oh, shit. You can buy an M1913 30 caliber.
Damn.
No 308s.
Well, that just sucks. We need one.
I agree, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be in the range of about $5,000.
Every bit
of
it. Mind you, it'd be honestly, if something were to actually hit the fan, it would be worth every damn penny. I wonder if there's a belt-fed 308. It's an automatic weapon.
M60.
Semi-automatic.
Oh, semi-automatic? Well, you pull the trigger once. No.
They are.
How much?
Not bad, but it's
How
gonna be
much?
it's gonna be an auction.
Oh.
U.S. model 1919 A4 belt-fed light machine gun, 308 caliber, converted to semi-automatic.
That's not bad.
What's the starting bid?
1,500. It says log in for price. It might just be a 1919 A4 that they've made be semi-automatic,
Yeah.
so it could be actually $1,500 to $2,000. I'm just not going to create a login right now.
Right.
But can
Now-
you imagine the amount of not giving an F rolling into anything with that mounted on top of your truck?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Ah, damn you, Wally!
Mm.
He took my F-bomb for the show.
Oh, sorry.
Dirty bastard.
You always take it.
Now, Cameron, you've been in the Navy and everything. Have you ever shot a belt-fed rifle?
Story time. So, we were going to qualify on the M249. They were allowing every division to provide bodies, no limit on how many people. Anybody that wanted to qualify could qualify in the M249. However, I went to my chief and I said, I want to qualify. He said, F no. Talk to the chief of the boat, find out why. Okay, what the hell? Go up to the chief of the boat. You know, I'd like to qualify the M249 as well. Petty Officer Bates, there ain't no way in hell we're going to let you touch that gun. Why? One, we've seen your scores at the gun range. We know how accurate you are with guns. For whatever ungodly reason you decided to be a mechanic is beyond us, but we know you're a good shot. Two, we also know you have anger issues. There's no way in hell we are going to give you this gun because we know your warning shots are going to be more warning suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to shoot whoever the hell is on the boat as a warning and call it good, whether it be one of them or all of them. Somebody is going to die when we have to use escalation of force. You're going to say, screw that, they're coming at the boat, and waste them. And that's where this joke comes from. And I told him, well, I mean, they're all duly warned. What do you mean? Well, you shoot one of their buddies in the face, everybody else is warned that you're a really good shot.
Yeah.
Bates, get the hell out of my face. So, yes, the one option that I had to qualify with a belt-fed machine gun taken away.
Let's see. I had to qualify with the M60, run 4 belts through it, right? Then I got to fire a belt 50 caliber on top of an APC.
I don't like you.
Hey, that's what's part of being in the Army back in.
Yeah.
But you talking about firing that 50 up there, you had 2 handles. Whoa, 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 just like that. And that's how fast
So
it was.
since we're on the topic of 50s, let's go ahead and take a look for that too.
Actually, hey Cameron, I can get you to fire a belt fed here, fully automatic too.
I can go to a gun range down here, dude. I can go. There's like 8
I was gonna
gun
say because
ranges.
I have like 3 of them by me in a 5-minute radius that I can just go shoot one right now.
It's sold out.
Mm.
But yes, you can buy belt-fed semi-automatic 50s.
Oof.
I don't want a semi. I want fully
I
automatic.
agree, but legally speaking,
Yeah.
You could
we
buy
can
something.
easily get this.
Yeah, that's about what it looked like.
Unless we actually license the Second Amendment Ranch, get an LLC, get it trademarked, and then push to get it company to be a company and get our FFL, this is the easiest way to do it. And I just gave Carl another really bad idea, really good bad idea.
Well, I can get his LLC. That ain't
Let's
no
do
problem.
it.
200 and let's see, what was it I just did for my buddy's trucking company? 319 altogether here
That's
in
not
Missouri.
bad.
Mm-mm.
But how much is it to get an FFL license? That's the difference.
Probably
Little Google search.
2,500 to 5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, Chad just sent you your Florida man story.
Yeah, Chad, wrong show, buddy. So, yes. Respectively speaking, we can each legally buy one of these and throw one on top of my truck. Carl's, I don't know.
Oh, wouldn't that look bad on my Subaru?
Be hilarious on top of your Subaru.
Yeah,
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
We just have to cut out a manhole.
I'll just put a sunroof in it that retracts.
FFL license. What one? Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, or Type 6, it says.
You probably want Type 6 because that covers everything.
No, I think it'd be Type 1 because Type 1 is more.
Oh, okay. Type 1. How much?
200 application.
Really?
So Type 1 is firearms dealers and gunsmiths. 2 is pawnbrokers and dealers of firearms. 3 is collectors of curio and relics. 6 is manufacturers of only ammunition. 7 is manufacturers of firearms and ammunition. Type 8 is dealers or importers of firearms. And Type 9 is dealer of destructive devices. Which means if we got a Type 1 and 9, we can not only get fully automatic weapons, but we can also get explosives.
Whoa. How much is Type 9?
Yeah.
It should tell you.
They don't tell you?
No, I
Show more?
I just
5 more rows. Hold on.
Yeah, 5 more rows.
All right, Type 9, 3,000.
Yeah.
What is Type 10 and 11, Cameron?
Manufacturers of destructive devices, ammunition for destructive devices, or armor-piercing ammunition. Type 11 is importers of destructive devices, ammunition for destructive devices, or armor-piercing ammunition. So if you got a type, if you could get 2 types, only 2 types that we would actively need would be 1 and 9, because then we could buy whatever the hell we wanted for anything. Meaning we could get armor-piercing, incendiaries, explosive rounds, C4, TNT, dynamite, grenades. Yes.
Yes.
And that's thinking small.
Yeah.
Very small.
Yeah.
So we're looking at...
So, Luke, that also means that tank ammo, buddy. So you can drive tank. Now we can buy ammo for tank.
And we make things go boom.
So we'd go after Type 1 to start off with, right?
Yep.
Type 1 would be the easiest to get a hold of.
Because it's $200. I mean, it's not much.
LLC and that we're looking at $600.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at
Okay,
all.
what stupid stuff can we do?
A lot of stupid shit.
Who wants to pay to see stupid stuff and watch stupid things? Because then Cameron would have to move up here.
For an FFL license, you're damn right it would. Jesus. Now we'd really need acreage, because there are not a lot of gun ranges that allow you to mag dump, let alone run fully automatic weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be another benefit of the range. You can now run, if you have a fully automatic weapon, by all means.
Run
it. You got to get to Texas first there.
He can't find the login. Go to Discord.
I shall, no, he said, I shall start seeing if I can find the long boy.
Oh, the long boy. Okay.
Yeah, I sent him the Discord link already.
Yeah. But no, I
Yeah.
figured it'd cost a lot more than that
I did
to
too.
get your FFL license.
That's not bad at all. It makes me want to apply for it.
Well, I've already told Carl as soon as we get the merch site back up and running, we're going to start doing challenges again.
Well, this week's been hell on the old
No,
man's body.
I think it's been hell on a lot of us.
Yep. So definitely getting some rest and relaxation first. But we do plan on getting that back up and running very soon.
Yes.
And now if we start doing challenges and stuff like that to help do giveaways, we can also put a certain percentage to, say, FFL licensing.
Right. LLC, FFL license. Oh, hey, that's sounding pretty damn good, really.
I think I might have to visit you guys over there, take a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
It would be worth the 20-hour drive.
So yeah, as far as I know, we would need to make it a business. I was right on that aspect to get the Type 1.
Yeah, the business be the Second Amendment Ranch,
Yep.
which could start on a few acres or right out of your own home.
Type 3 licensees is only $30. Type 1s have an initial $200 cost of, and then a $90 renewal.
That says you don't have to sell anything.
But see, with the FFL license up here, you can get more than you can down there.
It also means we can get suppressors really freaking easy.
Yeah.
Which I wonder what. I guess that would still be under Class 1. Like firearms more freely than typical firearms. You cannot sell firearms with this license. So, yeah, we would need Type 1 and we would need it under a business license.
Right. But type 1, we could sell them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Build them and sell them.
Yes. Yep, gunsmiths.
Okay.
Carl's sitting back like, I know how we can get the ranch up and running. We gonna make a business.
Make a business. Do gunsmithing. Because there's only one gunsmith up here and he ain't worth a. I can tell you that. Everybody tells me about him.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why it's pretty bad when you got a gunsmith and an auto parts store in the same building.
You're shitting me.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't go well together, I don't think.
Well, it depends on what you're building.
One likes to play whack, with a hammer, and the other one's got to be more precise. And not throw a hammer.
He mainly has his license and does a little gunsmith work up here. He sells more weapons, already pre-manufactured, hunting rifles and a few pistols. That's about it.
Yeah.
The pawn shop around here has got more than he does.
I could use my GI Bill to go to gunsmith. Actually, Carl, you could use your bill to go to gunsmithing school too if you had that.
I don't have a GI Bill.
You didn't have a college bill when you went through?
Nope.
That's right. And I don't know if Texas, we have the Hazelwood Act, so I can go to college for free. But I could at least use the GI Bill and go to gunsmithing school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I already know how to run CNC.
A different way of looking on how to get the ranch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it was a good thing I Googled that.
Yeah, it is. Good move.
Good and bad because now I might.
Well,
give-
because stop and think about it, we were sitting there thinking thousands of dollars to
Mm-hmm.
get started. Now you're looking at under 1,000 to file and get all the licensing.
and
Yep.
then a $90 renewal fee, and then
What? How long is it good for though? A year?
I'd
Yeah,
imagine
and
it's
then
a year.
$90 to renew.
So $90 a year. I mean, that's nothing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
sell one gun, you've covered your cost for 5 years, 10
Mhm.
years.
Yeah.
Then we could start doing giveaways and everything like that as well.
Right.
With
Then we could put up guns for auction, charity type deals, because then we would also file for nonprofit through another deal. Say like put a shotgun. Shotguns are a big deal up here because everybody bird hunts and does
Yep.
different things with them, right? They'll pay $25 to $50 a ticket for
Oh,
a
yeah,
custom shotgun.
hell, down here in Texas, most of the time I see them, they're $150 a ticket.
Yeah, up
Yep.
here they're about 50 to 100.
But that's also for some guns that are like $6,000-$7,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you'll get 2,000 guys buying tickets.
I mean, yeah, if you make a gun and it's marketed price, we'll go average custom build AR price about $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to consider inflation, anything like that. We're going to do an average price of what I've spent, $1,200. You auction off to 100 people at $50 a pop. You're well above what you were going to sell that gun for. So you're not out any money, and then
No, you're not out any money because what a lot of them do up here is you'll go to a gun dealer and talk to them about putting a gun up for auction for your group, right? They have no problem doing that because that's a tax write-off. See?
Mm-hmm.
If they sell a lot of guns, hell yeah, I'll give a $2,000 shotgun up for your auction. I can use a $2,000 deduction.
Yeah, really.
You see, that's how that works.
You do 5-10 of those a year, your taxes are going to be nothing.
Exactly. And it makes you look better in the public eye, especially if you're doing it to help veterans and different causes.
Yep.
Just like, well, one of the golf courses that I used to mow the greens and everything down here for, they're doing a shotgun raffle. $20 a ticket. The company donated the gun. I don't know if it's a deduction for a museum or not, Luke. I'm sure it is. Okay, whose dog's barking?
That's the neighbor's damn dog.
It's
Bruno. He never
Bruno?
shits. He never shuts the hell up. God, he's another boxer, but they have done no training, nothing. And that dog, all he does day in and day out.
You need to set one of those cameras out there that's got the microphone built into it.
Yeah.
And have it hooked up for when we're doing the show when he's doing that. And I can tell him be quiet because he used to listen to me when I was down there.
Ugh, he doesn't. He hates my ass or some shit. He never shuts up for me. Obnoxious son of a bitch. And it looks like most of the gunsmithing schools are online.
Mm-hmm.
60 semester credit hours, 4 16-week semesters.
So would I have to take the gunsmithing class even though I already know how to run a CNC?
Yes.
Yes. You have to be trained.
That sucks.
Not really.
If I had a guy that
Think of it
went
this
to
way,
school for gunsmithing and a guy that knew how to run a CNC machine to work on one of my weapons, believe me, I'm going with the guy that went to school.
because he can fix that with a nail file and a toothpick.
Exactly.
However,
Now,
having
it
the
would be a
CNC,
benefit, in a CNC machine. We'll put it that way.
yeah, because now instead of buying lowers and building everything itself, we can actually manufacture our own lowers
Mm-hmm.
entirely.
Yep. Mazak's best thing out there.
But then you're talking about a high dollar machine too.
Exactly. That's
Not really.
That
You can buy a cheap one.
Oh, I know.
You don't need to buy big and bad. You don't need a 5-axis lathe.
No.
Just need a simple little 2-axis.
oh, he's right. They're not that expensive.
No.
Type in a Mazak Quick Turn 250.
Oh, what?
I will search it up and let you know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're looking about anywhere from about 15 to $3,000. 1,500 to $3,000. That's not that bad. Higher end, you're looking about 10,000. That's a plasma table. Plasma CNC. So yeah, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. We definitely don't need something that freaking huge.
Oh,
So I have
on.
it pulled up. I have it pulled up what we need. It won't show me a price. I have to request a quote. But it's a Quick Turn 250. It's nice and small, nimble. It's got the new controller on it. It's all you need.
Well, you're going to share your screen so
Oh,
you can see.
I didn't know if you wanted me to share it. I'll share the screen.
Yeah,
Sure.
share the screen.
Why not? We're talking about it.
And then you would get yourself a nice small little mill.
Yeah, that could come later down the line. It would probably be cheaper to start off buying the lowers and then building them out themselves from there. But yeah, we would want minimum 2 of us qualified. That way, if one of us is sick, we're still producing. Preferably, all 3 of us go to a gunsmithing school.
Right.
That way you're pushing out more revenue or more product constantly.
That's a lot of that way somebody comes in for a repair or anything like that. One person isn't always tied up.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's going to basically one person's always going to be doing repairs, one person's constantly going to be doing builds, and one person's going to constantly be running the front. Eventually, we'll have to hire more staff that way to kind of take away from it, but it's not going to be required to go to school off the bat. Hey, you run the register, you make sure we get paid kind of thing. That way we're all 3 free back up again and we're not running ourselves stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
Problem is I already thought about a logo too.
Huh?
I already thought about a logo for guns and everything. So one, we're going to be building a lot of ARs, right?
Yeah.
Second Amendment Ranch. So 2 AR. So you have a 2 circle going around it, and you have an A and an R on the sides of the 2.
Yeah.
You know how
Kind of like our logo that we have.
Yeah.
Only put the big 2, but put the circle behind it instead of the A and the R on the back of the 2. Put it on each side of the circle.
Because you know how every manufacturer stamps their weaponry and everything like that, right?
Right.
Same thing. Got to put a logo on it.
Hey, interesting. I'm trying to get our mid thing pulled up here.
Our the teaser song.
Well, it's the whole song.
Yeah. Yeah, we can play a little bit for them, but
yeah,
let's
that way they'll have to tune back in.
Yeah, they'll have to tune in to see the whole thing. Let's go ahead and do our gun fail while we're here.
Right. I couldn't find that one. I had a perfect one. They had a midget shooting
Oh,
a 500 pistol, right? Guy standing behind him, and the little guy goes wham like this, and the gun went flying by his head and hit the guy behind him, and they're dying laughing.
It's funny, but it's also terrifying in the same aspect because that gun could go off again and shoot that man.
Right.
yeah.
Hey, there we was talking about AKs.
Yes, exactly. It's like today was an AK day.
Got to pick on the AKs.
Yeah.
Oh, you might want to put that butt up a little higher.
Well,
What the hell?
say bye to that, Mag.
I love everybody's anticipating the gun's gonna fail, the gun's gonna fail, and the mag just crashes. Make sure you buy quality magazines, not one your buddy built in his basement.
Not a plastic one.
No, that's
Damn.
metal. That's metal.
Mm.
But it was not soldered or bent in the right place.
I figured for sure it was going to come back and smack him because he had the butt way down in his shoulder.
No, he's. That is actually a way to hold. One of the ways the Navy taught smaller people how to hold the shotgun because they couldn't get that grip with it out that far, so they tucked it up under their arm so they could lock down on it. So they had to, instead of bracing it into your shoulder, you had to pin it to your side, which I mean you're going to get more recoil, but it's not going to damage your shoulder anymore. It's just going to slide back. So it is a way to hold guns. Is it the best way? Hell no. Is it?
Chad, shut your mouth.
Hey, Chad's telling you, Wally.
I already told him shut his mouth.
Well, we have done the gun fail. Let me go ahead and get set up.
You get set up and I'm going to show her the teaser.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Shall we put the video up and show part of a teaser where you're getting set up?
Yeah. We'll show a little bit of the teaser.
Okay, here we go.
I'm already gonna love it.
They say let's go Brandon, I say fuck Joe Biden. I'm a real proud boy, homie, I ain't never hiding. I'll be riding with that 45, Trump in the handgun. Stand back and stand by, that was the motherfucking anthem. Now it's time to ride on these comments, we gotta get active. If I said it, I meant it, my statements won't be retracted. Demons coming for my freedom, you gon' get a reaction. Exercise my Second Amendment rights when I get to blasting.
Okay, that's the teaser, folks. You stay tuned.
Yeah.
For the entire video. And we do have text verification of permission.
So shout out to Playboy the Beast for letting us use that song. Love it, man. I appreciate you letting us use it on the show. And I look forward to showing everybody what you can do next week.
That's right.
Yep.
Let's see.
Okay.
We lost him.
Yeah, we did. I don't know what he did.
There he
he's
is.
back.
I gotta get a bigger desk for this crap, man. All right. So extra camera. I love this feature now.
Share the camera.
There we go. So you can see I've got my kit, same old, same old. But I want to show you some, Sally, if you're still there, I want to show you some differences between the Glock 43X and the Smith & Wesson Shield. Now, one thing I love about my Smith & Wesson Shield is it does actually come with a safety. So a lot of people, when I was going and looking for a compact carry gun, Oh, that's a great pocket gun for you. You can shove that right in your pocket and it's not going to be visible. Okay, that's fine and dandy. I'm not putting a gun in my pocket unless it has that. This gun, you can see, has no safety. You have your slide release. You have how you can disassemble, which we showed 2 weeks ago. You pull down on both sides of that pin. You have your mag release. Safety, slide release, and disassemble lever, as well as this I like way more than these two pins because you have to pull down on both sides of this and it really eats up my fingernails. This one is very similar to the 43 or FNX 45 that we showed. The only difference is to break this one open, you have to pull the trigger. So whenever you deal with it, again, rules are treat every gun if it's loaded. I know for a fact both of these guns are loaded right now. No doubt in my mind, there is a round in each chamber. So when you go to clean this one, it's very important to know that this one 100% verify over and over and over again because you do have to pull the trigger, unlike the FNX 45, in order to actually open it up. The next thing I like between the two of these is you have a much larger, more comfortable slide release than the 43X or basically any Glock. The Glock has that same slide release, and you can see from the top view, there's not a lot of working room to actually release that slide. Now, this being a 9mm, it's actually fairly easy, but for my 45, I did have to put on a larger slide release. The other thing that I like with the Glock a little bit more is its night sights. It does have the horseshoe. You can easily get these replaced. It's not a huge deal. It's not going to make or break it for, at least personally, me. The other thing I liked, the 43X did not come with an extended mag for my finger. Now, don't get me wrong. It still does fit in my hand fairly comfortably. However, this is a more compact gun lengthwise, even with the extended mag and with just a normal magazine. So you can see there's no extension on this one.
Right.
It makes it even a little smaller. Not much, but it is a difference to some people. Let's get that out of the way since this is the one we're actually cleaning. And again, so everybody on camera can see that.
Yep.
Nice and clear, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I also liked how the grip feels for my Smith & Wesson. I'm not a huge fan of these divots. I don't know if you can really see the dots there.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of that texture. This has stippling to it. Feels a little better, and it's a slimmer grip. Now, mind you, 9mm, 45 ACP. You can still get this in 9mm as well. So you can have the same amount of rounds as this one, if not more. Because it does come with a magazine with an extension on it. But it depends on the magazine. Some magazine manufacturers have extensions. It extends it out a little bit, only grip wise. There's no actual magazine extension itself. You're not going to get an extra round or two out of it. Some manufacturers actually do create ones that will allow you to add extra rounds. Mind you, it's only 1 to 2 rounds for most of them. I haven't seen anything greater than that. If you have, let me know. But as far as overall feel, I'm a much bigger fan of the 43X. And as far as the breakdown goes, I got to remember which one's my 43X. I'm not sponsored by them by any means, but I really do love We the People holsters. They do hold your gun in very, very well. So what I was saying with this lever, all you have to do is pull that down to break open your gun. It's got grooving on it, so it's a lot easier. Who needs a safety when carrying a gun in your pocket? Yeah, Chad. I'm sure Florida Man can attest to that one.
Yeah.
So this is a much easier method to break apart your gun because you can do it with one thumb instead of trying to pull down both of those pans. Do I have a long enough nail? Anything like that. After that, all you have to do is release the slide, pull your trigger, and you saw it pop forward in my hand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pushing that. You can see with just me pulling the trigger, it's already starting to separate that gun for you. Slides off just like the other Glock did. Once it's off, it's nice and easy. Same internal look itself. Now, this one does have a beefier spring than my Glocks. You can look at that thing. That is a chunky spring.
Yeah,
I'm very fond of it. A little more rugged, a little more durable. And then from there, it's the same process. Ta-da. So where did I put it? Same thing. Damn it, Gunny, did you walk off with my towel? You little shithead. I hope you get the runs outside.
I was gonna say, you better say outside.
Yeah, I'm looking for my dirty towel. Like, you motherfucker. So again, keep a good towel or gloves. Gloves are very handy. And then, of course, first things first, hard plastic bristle brush.
Scrub, scrub, scrub.
Scrub, scrub, scrub. Now, this gun isn't very dirty at all. I'll actually show it without scrubbing any. That's not a lot.
Right.
So this one is this is my daily carry. Whenever you have a regular carry gun, if you have guns, you clean them and they go into a gun safe. Great. That one, you don't need to do as much upkeep on them, especially if you have a dehumidifier. That one I would recommend checking at least every 2-3 months and cleaning every 6 months to 1 year. Your everyday carry, you need to be inspecting monthly minimum. You're out in the humidity, you're out in the heat, you're out sand, salt, whatever, any environmental. Just because you didn't shoot it doesn't mean there's not going to be some kind of buildup to it. And making sure, again, guns have a lot of carbon to them. They're high carbon steel for a lot of these guns. Now, thankfully, with the polymer grips, there's not a lot to really worry about rusting on this bad boy. But
Right.
if say your protective coating wears off, you saw on the 308, just having it and not having it in a safe for a couple months, it was getting some of the screws where there was no protective covering on it. They were starting to rust a little bit. Again, elbow grease and brass, not steel. Whenever you find that heavier buildup, and just like that, it's gone. I would rather take a little more time and a little more energy than risk damaging my gun. Now, if you've got a finer touch than me, you do you, boo-boo. I like plastic and brass. Guns are expensive, and I don't want to have to replace parts that I don't need to.
Yep.
And the same process for the spring. I'm just getting, now this is a wide spring, meaning that it's more of an O-ring type. You can see it's a thick gauge, thin plate spring.
Right.
So it's a similar process. Instead of pushing in and rolling it like I was, this one I'm just quick brushes across. Now, again, you do have the small spring down here, normal spring. That one I am going to go ahead and let pass through my thumb, put a little bit of pressure on it, and I'm happy with it. Again, this gun's not really dirty, so it's kind of hard to give a good demonstration on a clean gun.
No, but it's basically the breakdown.
The
what to look
disassemble
to
and
clean,
reassemble.
How to
Well,
clean.
this was specifically for Sally because I wanted to show her the difference between the Glock, which is a very common, little bastard, very common gun for starter gun because of the price. Now, for a very similar price, not much difference. Honestly, if I remember right, my Smith & Wesson was actually a little cheaper than my Glock. But as far as cleaning, carrying, comfortability, I'm a much bigger fan. Again, the only real thing that I might change would be the sights on it. And the main fact is I can have a safety on it. Now, once it's in the holster, safety's not as necessary. But if you want to have extra, just a little extra something, if say you do want to throw it in a backpack, throw it in a pocket, throw it in a anything, just throw it around, kind of a gun, having that safety is much more comforting than not having anything, even a holster. Even just having a holster for a Glock is going to give you more benefit, because again, there's no damn safety on this thing. They have room for one. Didn't think about doing it. So when you buy a holster, you should be able to take it, pick it up,
and jiggle it.
And that gun is not coming. There was a company that was manufacturing leather holsters, said they had great retention, everything like that, which they had all right retention because they put magnets in it. Problem is they didn't have anything buff or stiffening the leather. The leather folded, got into the trigger guard of a Glock, pulled the trigger, shot the guy in the knee. So if you do have a leather holster, now this is mainly for inside the waistband. If you're wanting to do outside the waistband, you do you. Again, I don't like open carrying anywhere other than the gun range.
And that holster you got, that's one of the We the People, right?
It is.
Yeah. And if any of those are watching or you know them, send this video to them. If they'd like to sponsor the show, we'd be glad to pimp them out.
I need those dirty bastards to create me a thigh holster for an FNX 45. Because the only thigh holster I can find for the FNX 45, it's garbage. It's a fabric adjust. Don't get me wrong, it looks okay. But it's a fabric adjusted. It has no retention. The locking is a strap that all you have to do is pull it up. I'm not a fan of them. We had them in the Navy. I think they're garbage holsters. I want something with a little more retaining ability. So what I'm doing
yes,
right
he
now.
did, Chad. He did say We the People.
Yes, we did. I have two of their holsters. I have my Texas flag, and I have my American flag made out of firearms. I love We the People holsters. They do very good quality, and they're very affordable. But off cam, I was just cutting up a piece of fabric, just something so I can run through and, gotta work it in there real good. And again, you can see not a lot. This gun
basically clean.
Yeah, so again, now I'm not going to keep that and use that later for the same thing because it might throw me off. Or you're putting something in there that you really don't want to put in your gun. I like to use clean new rag. Every time I stick anything into my gun, it's going to be clean and pretty and new, with the exception of my lint-free rags. These can go in a washer. And if you do wash these with other towels, because as soon as you put them in the dryer, for everybody that doesn't know, when you wash towels, you're not supposed to put a fabric sheet in there because that fabric sheet has chemicals that prevents the towel from being able to pick up water. It's not as absorbent. It's more hydrophobic than it would be if you just ran it without the fabric sheets. Not many people know that. So there's your fun little fact for the day. If you don't believe me, wash a hand towel. Wash two hand towels. Wash one and dry it with a fabric sheet, and dry the other one without a fabric sheet. And tell me if you see the difference, because I know I can. And when you're this big, having absorbent towels is a good thing because they don't make many towels your size.
Yes, that's a fact.
I need my 40. Yep. I need that adapter again. And all I'm doing now is any other material that would have been in there, any other lubricant or solvent that was in here. That little cotton press is the best thing to run through there. It's going to help get any other moisture that you left inside. Yeah, Chad, this is my everyday carry. That's why. This is the gun that sees the most sunlight. Put it nicely. What am I looking for?
Yeah, because that's the one you carry every day to work, isn't it?
Shooter lube?
No, not yet. Yeah, this is the gun I keep on me regularly. So this one gets inspected way more often, especially when I do have to actually carry it in certain environments because chlorine likes to rust stuff.
Right.
Who the hell is eating on camera?
Me.
Damn it, Carl, we can hear you crunching. He just become more aggressive with it.
I would have done the same thing.
I know you would. That's why I thought it was you.
Cameron would have too.
Yeah, you're not
Dude,
wrong.
this fat guy was smart and ate before the show.
I did too, but I was still hungry.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry
You
again. I
gotta-
have to go downstairs and snack a little bit
You
more.
got a tapeworm or something, Carl. You need to be fatter.
No, I hadn't ate much the last few days. I haven't felt that great.
That's right.
So
Now it's time for the shooter lube. Again, you're not coding it like a bukkake video. If you don't know what that is, don't Google it. I promise you'll save some sanity. If you do know, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, stay innocent. I hear Carl giggling. He knows what that means.
I know. I know.
Well, you are gently using conservatively.
You know how many people I've seen wrap guns up in oily rags and keep them in there. Oh,
I mean, it's a great way to store your gun if you're not going to use it for a long time, as long as it's mostly synthetic materials. You're not worried about wood, anything like that, because that oil is going to help prevent it from becoming rusted. Downside of that is, as soon as you break it out, you've got to clean it again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to bring out that old 410 and set me a table up in here with another camera on it and show how it's going to be rebuilt.
The reason why I don't like cleaning my little ass guns is because I can't get my fingers in there very well. So I like to use a Q-tip and spread it around as best I can. And if I see my Q-tip absorbing most of the material, then I'll apply more. But unless I see my Q-tip taking, if I can take this Q-tip and run it across an area and still get a streak, I know it's faint, but as long as I can still see that streak, I know this has got enough oil on it for me to be good. Oh, God, Chad.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't follow Chad's advice on that one. Oh,
You can do that with an AK-47. That's the gun you can do that with.
better have a big dish.
Remind me not to have Chad clean any of my guns.
Agreed.
Exactly. You live closer to him than we do.
I don't want to think about that.
You're not that far from Jacksonville.
Um,
A lot closer than I am.
Jacksonville's about 13 hours from me.
Yeah. Something
it's
like
about
that.
8 hours from me.
He is closer.
Uh-huh.
Don't think I'll ever go there, but you know.
It's worth it for some of the women down there.
But I got some of them women up here too. Just got to go to the Outer Banks. That's 5 hours away.
Yeah, Wally's closer than anybody. Yep, that's right, Chad.
All right, I'm moving over with you, Carl. You got a room?
Yep.
Get nice and far away.
Start working on your firearms school. Get
Bro,
that.
I just got out of school. I'm not looking to go back to school yet.
Yeah, you are.
Not right this second. Not right this. No.
In the very near future.
Near future, yes. I need a break.
Oh,
I
don't
can't deal
blame
with
you
to
there.
have teachers telling me what to do. Especially when I pay them their salary.
Wally's just going to have exploding mags.
There we go. And ta-da. All done.
And then all we got to do is get Luke to move up here too.
Yeah.
He'd make a killing on that house he's got in Texas right now.
Oh, God, yeah. He's looking at, if he said it was, what, a 5-bedroom?
Yep.
He's looking at a minimum $350,000.
Yeah, minimum. I would probably say more closer to
5 or
750.
6.
Yeah.
And ta-da. So, Sally, if you were watching, I hope you got to enjoy that and see the differences and why I like the Smith & Wesson versus my 43X more than anything. So you have a little more of an informed decision to make. I encourage you to, again, look for something that you would like yourself. These are, again, our personal preferences for me and what I have found that I like to carry.
He had an offer just for the land off of a development company. How much land you got with that house down there?
Sounds like he's got quite a few acres there.
Well, hopefully next month he'll be in the U.S. Not enough.
Not enough.
Another good thing about We the People holsters, you have an adjustment screw. So you can make it as tight as you want it to be.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That one screw can make, there's a little rubber pad right here. Think of it like an O-ring, but a compression O-ring. You can tighten this down as much or as loose as you want. Again, my biggest thing when you get a holster, I should be able to do this. I want to be able to hold it upside down. I got to tighten you, mother. Y'all didn't see me do this with a knife.
No, that's a screwdriver.
Yeah, that's a redneck screwdriver right there.
That's his Rambo.
I'm gonna throw. I swear, if they, you know what, I may have done it. No, that should be the Texas holster. It's the one problem. There we go.
And false.
Yeah, well, that one I was shaking with a good amount of force. But all that means is a little more turn.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good test. Now Chad's going to check his holster.
Yeah, no, again, if you're using an everyday carry, honestly, I should really be checking that more often because I should be able to do it like this and not have it.
Right.
And it should still be comfortable to pull out. It shouldn't be a lot of force, but you shouldn't be able to shake it upside down. Now, you're not taking it and shaking the shit out of it, but some good.
Now,
and the
is
only
that
It
reason
basically needs to hold its weight.
Is that holster lined inside, or is it just rubbing against that polyurethane?
It's not. It's just rubbing against it.
So it doesn't scratch or anything.
They say they do, but I haven't seen anything on either of my guns yet.
Okay.
So, not really.
I figured they might have a rubber pad or a liner inside of it.
I mean, I can't see. It's plastic against metal.
Well, plastic will scratch metal.
It will.
Especially when you're pulling at friction.
But I have not had any.
And that's just molded for that gun, right?
Yes. So when you go there, they give you a list. You got to find your exact make and model. It's one reason it was really a pain in the ass to get it for the Glock. Because the Glock's got so many different, is it the Glock 43, 43X, blah, blah, blah. There's hundreds, if not thousands of different types of Glocks. So yeah, when you take it, shake it, should be good. If the plastic is that bad, just stick your gun in the condom before you holster it. True. Now, one thing I have noticed is I've had a couple of white bits around my slide grooving that may have come from the holster itself. That better be a hair. Oh, I was about to say that better be a hair. But honestly, I don't see anywhere where it would have damaged the holster. Again, this is my daily carry, so it could have been anything.
Well, feel good because Chad just said, I didn't even think about that screw. I need to loosen that screw a little, even though it's too tight. It hasn't scratched his. So at least you taught somebody something today.
Yeah. No, that
Not hard to
screw
teach,
is there.
Chad.
That screw is not there because you got to think for Kydex. Kydex is molded to the shape of the gun.
Right.
It will retain, even if I take this screw out, it's still going to retain the majority of its shape. That pad, that rubber piece in there is there for a reason. Now, you may have to replace that every now and again, but that's another reason why you need to check your holsters as well. This one looks like it's probably a little loose. No, but this is also in my everyday carry.
Right.
This one sits at the house the most. This one's not going to see as much use, travel, wear, tear, throw around, whatever you do with your gun. It's
Right.
not, I'm not going to have that much problems because of the fact that it's not getting as much usage. For your everyday out and about, make sure you check. It's not just important to check your firearms. You got to check the accessories that go with them. How good is it going to be for me to go to a shootout with a dead sight? If you have red dots, holographic sights, anything like that, what's going to happen as soon as you, all right, well, now I need to turn my sight on. It's one of the reasons that I run backup iron sights on all of my guns. Unless they're a hard scope, i.e. my ACOG, my Vortex Viper, any one of my actual scopes, it's not a huge ordeal because there's not really batteries for most of those.
Right.
But if you do run anything that does require batteries, say your flashlights, your laser pointers, anything like that, you should be doing some kind of constant checks to ensure that everything is still up to par. Now, I do know those batteries are not cheap. You don't have to tell me.
Right.
But it's still a good idea. I'm not saying once a week, once a month. Do it. Do it to your comfort level. Let me put it that way.
So how'd you like that new feature with the camera?
I loved it. It was way easier.
Yeah, you didn't have to open another browser up, go through all that and set it up and make sure no mic is on with it or anything.
Well,
there's no mic with that one.
Hold on. So Chad, with your if you've got a We the People holster, let me pull that back up then. It should also have a retention clip in here as well. So you see it's got that angled piece on the inside. If you're wearing a gun belt and you put this on right, it's not going to pull, even if you don't have a belt on it. I put it on my sweatpants all the time. And this plastic V holds everything. It's a pain in the ass to get my holsters off. And I like it, but I like it for the fact that I'm not worried about taking my holster with me. But when I want to get out of my pants, I want to get out of my pants. I'm just saying. So if your thought is I'm going to pull my holster with me, check your belt. Get a better belt. We the People, I really wish we could get sponsored by them with how much I'm promoting them right now. We the People also has a gun belt itself, and I like the design. Don't have the money for one yet, but it does seem a little more rigid. So yeah, if it should, that V is going to lock into whatever fabric, material, belt you put it on. That's one of the reasons why I'm very happy with the products they provide. So, the more you know.
That's cool.
I didn't even see Sally comment. I don't think she's here today.
She was here for a while. I don't know if she's still watching. She may be driving.
That's true. So she'll have to check this episode out later.
Because I know the other day, Monday, she was in New Mexico.
Oh, ugh. I'm not fond of New Mexico. They don't believe in air conditioning.
No, they don't.
I'm born and raised in the South. AC is important. Even the federal government said AC is a necessity. Do I agree with it? No, it's a luxury, but am I happy we have it? Yeah, damn right I am.
It's a necessity.
No, it's still not a necessity. It's a luxury. We can survive without air conditioning. You have several necessities: food, water.
Sally's there. She's
air.
watching. She loved it.
All right, good.
Yeah, she's following the Freedom Convoy. Yeah, that
Ah.
convoy has been quite the deal up there in Canada. And everything I've heard, be ready Sunday. Because they're going to be starting at the Super Bowl and driving clear across this country.
Yep, they're heading for
Good.
another fun place.
So Sally's been keeping me informed, sending me messages. I joined the Freedom
There's Sally.
Convoy group. Price. What kind of price is on those holsters?
I really need work to leave me alone. I'm at home.
Oh, they call you or text you.
Texted me.
They want you to work tomorrow.
No, the hell they don't. He was just giving me a heads up. I'm like, all right, cool. We got about a half hour.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
He just got in.
Did you hear any more from Tenor?
I need my keyboard now. I've got it. If I do this more often, I'm going to have to look at a bigger desk. This is insane.
Oh, you best believe when I get out there, that bad boy is going to be on -2s at all times. Chad said he paid $40 for his holster.
Yeah, I think I got mine for about $25 a piece, but I also waited for them to go on sale. You can also get them on Amazon. So if you go buy from We the People because of us, go harass them for me.
Yes.
Send them an email saying, "Hey, these guys promoted your stuff really good, man. You should sponsor them." But I just got message from the Australian guy that I was trying to get on to be a guest today. Told him, "Hey, we got a half hour." So I sent him the link. I'm going to see if he's actually going to try and come in for a little bit.
Oh, the Glock price.
Glock price. Well,
For the holster or the Glock?
Yeah. The Glock I got for $450.
That ain't bad.
I got the Smith & Wesson Shield for like $400. But I also went through Minutemen Ordnance and they gave me a little bit of a deal.
Well, he's been getting a lot of ammo in here lately.
Yeah, he has. He never did respond to my last message. He doesn't want to sponsor us, so it's
No.
So we can stop that
No.
camera. But let me see if he is.
He hasn't popped in down there yet.
No, he just sent me a friend request on Discord.
Good.
He's a real interesting character to watch. If you get a chance to watch him, I'll actually go ahead and show you his I can't even
TikTok.
tell. His TikTok. You're looking at
Hey, Russell. How you doing, brother?
There we go. So if you want to follow him, you can go check him out at Oz American 1. Looking at Glocks, they look like they're over-engineered Makarovs. They are I wouldn't say over-engineered. I'd say under-engineered because they skipped out again. They skipped out on like one of the most basic damn things, the slide release. There's nothing there for a fat thumb to get a hold of. It's obnoxious. I had to replace my Glock 21 slide release. It's been a minute, but I've seen one. Oh, San Diego's making a safe gun storage ordinance, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're starting to turn into the UK.
That's why more and more people moving out of California.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know the Makarov. I would not have fun cleaning that. At least you've got a better slide release. I'm not a fan. Some just doesn't sit right with me on that gun. It don't look. That's not a pretty gun.
No.
I think it's the barrel slope it has. Yeah. No, Russell, we are having lots of fun. We just got done cleaning a Smith & Wesson MP Shield. We've talked about AKs. Why is this shirt getting worse for the camera? Oh, at least the AR looks good.
Oh, shoot. Sally's up at I-80 truck stop, gigantic truck stop up there.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Real nice. So she's up there in Iowa. Getting ready to go into Illinois.
Oof. It's a lot. I couldn't do that. I've a lot of people. Well, you hate people so much. Why don't you go drive? Because I hate driving more.
Because
I used to love driving.
You have to be around people when you pick up and deliver. That's why you wouldn't. I did it for 20 years, and God, I'm glad I'm out of it.
We still have to think of
it. I've seen every part of this country, and I don't miss any of it too much.
Now, there's a couple places I'd like to go visit, but I'd like to get my
she was in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and left this afternoon.
Holy crap.
Yeah, she was in Kalamazoo.
Passport and actually go travel the world a little bit.
Actually, there's not a whole lot of places I'd like to travel outside of the United States.
Yeah, same here.
With everything that's going on.
Right now, not going to happen. One, I'm not getting the vaccine in the first place.
Right.
So not many countries are going to let me in.
If I did go, I would want to go see Australia. And I'd want to go see Spain. I got friends over in Spain. I go check out her grandpa's trees, as she called them, and come find out they were grapevines. 600 acres of them. Huh? I wondered how Dad owned a little bitty hardware store, and I'm sitting there going, how do you get $10,000 to send her over here? Because that's what it costs to do the foreign exchange student, right? And she said, oh, Grandpa paid for it. And I said, well, what's Grandpa got? Trees. And I went, okay, he owns a lumber company, forestry.
No, he owns a winery.
And she goes, no, she turns up there on the wall because Carrie drank a lot of wine, right? And she goes, the trees that make that. And I went, grapevines. And she goes, yeah, grapevines. And I went, how much? And she goes, 600. And I went, 600 vines? No, 600 acres of grapevines. And I went, oh, yeah, and nobody wants to take it over. I said, adopt me, quick.
I'll marry into the family.
Oh, she's a little doll. But she was fun. I had so much learning from her.
600
over here.
acres?
Yeah.
The problem is, I think Spain's got some really jacked up gun laws, too.
Yeah, they
no matter we have 600 acres, they won't know much.
Hey,
True.
I owned the 600 acres and made all the wine. I'm sure he's got political power somewhere.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and change the laws.
We're going hunting.
To what? To America 2.0. Better. No gun laws.
So Spain's that warm?
Spain is a nice place, but a bit too warm. Well, he's also cold.
I know it.
The UK had a marathon with record highs, and people were passing out from heat exhaustion. You know what the temperature was here in America? Because they gave their measurement. I don't remember that one, but I'll tell you what their temperature was compared to us. What do you think it was, Carl?
20.
No, not that low.
Oh, 40.
Heat exhaustion.
Oh, heat exhaustion. 80.
Close. 73.
73. I'm still freezing.
73 degrees, and people are passing out from heat exhaustion.
Not me.
How?
Exactly.
I get cold real easy, folks. But yet I live in a cold ass state.
Chad, you were close. 2 off. At least from what I remember, it was 70 something. I know it was 70 something. I want to say it was 73 for sure.
Right.
But 73 degrees and people are passing out from heat exhaustion. That tells me everything I need to know. If the UK tried to take over the world again today, they would get to New Mexico and be passed out before they got to Texas.
They'd get to Missouri and pass out. You know,
they
80,
would
90, 100 up here ain't nothing.
They would have to come in wintertime, and they're still going to be fighting shorts and T-shirts, and we're going to be loaded out, loving life, because now we can wear all the gear that we want, and we're not dying. I've got hell, I could get full level 4 body armor. Not a plate carrier. They do have it. It's about $1,000, and I want it, but I can't afford it right now. $1,000 will get you about a full level 4 plated body armor. Another $600, you can get a level 4 shield. Yes, sir. You can legally buy full body armor and shields, and then you can come and try and invade. And I'm going to walk out there with a shotgun and just walk up to everybody because I'm not going to feel anything with the amount of padding under the armor to keep me warm.
Luke goes, it's 24.8 degrees Fahrenheit here, and he's kind of warm. Luke, it is, let me pull this up real quick, and I'll tell you, it's 38. No, take that back. It dropped. It's 27.
So
55 here.
All right, smart asses. And 23 degrees up there at Iowa 80 truck
it's
stop.
65 right now.
Yo, yeah, yeah. We're gonna have 63 next week.
For like what you talking about, mid-noon?
One day.
Mid-noon, and then it drops back down at 1 o'clock.
And then it's going to snow.
So, yeah, we're going to have guys my size decked out with everything, having a wet dream because of somebody decided to invade. And now we're just walking around like it's Christmas time because every body we find, there's presents left for us.
Mm.
And we're not going to feel shit because of the amount of armor and then the padding underneath it. Just to stay warm.
Yeah.
Because odds are they're going to start in the north. They're going to try and come through Canada. Because if they go to Mexico, they're going to die immediately. They're not going to be able to go. If they try to go through Mexico, it's just, we're going to stand at the border and watch their sweat fill the Rio Grande.
Yeah.
Like that, we can watch them refresh nature right there. We're coming. Oh, God, I need water.
Precious, do you really want an L-85?
Hey, man, I'll take whatever the invading force is coming in with because that means I've now got as much ammo as I can load into my truck.
Yeah.
Gun could suck itself. I don't give a crap. Once I get a better quality gun that can handle the same ammunition, that gun can go to the trash or get auctioned off. Whatever. It can go bye-bye. I don't give a shit. But that's a lot of free ammo. It's a lot of free ammo.
Yeah, Chad's got a good point. If they come through Mexico, the cartel will grab everything before they got here.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. They're just going to come through California.
California will let them walk right through.
Yeah.
California's just come on in, and every other state is just going to light California on fire if it's not already on fire. California is on fire like
off in the ocean.
Yeah, California is on fire like 300 days of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't be much. Hey, look, here's a cigarette butt. California's on fire.
You know, I'm really shocked that down there at the southern borders, you don't see more fires from the idiots coming across, trying to stay warm in the desert.
Because the coyotes are telling them not to, so they don't get found.
Mm-hmm.
It's an invasion from Alaska. What are you going to do with Alaska, dude? The bears are going to deal with y'all before you get here. Plus, they're Alaskans. They are crazier, in all honesty, than probably Florida man.
Yeah.
And they live there. They are trained. They know the terrain. That is their house. There may not be a huge population, but old Billy Joe Bob up there has got enough traps to level a nation, and nobody knows about it because nobody can get to him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, an invading force. Oh, today's the day.
Oh,
Dude,
shit. I don't remember
40
putting it there.
Dude's sitting on 400 pounds of C4 and 400 gallons of gasoline just waiting for the day he gets to blow up half of a state.
Yep.
We're going to make it summertime. We're going to make it summertime today. Boom. Plus the amount of trees, wilderness, and just bushmen up there, they're going to be sitting in some bear shit at some point in time because that bushcraft dude that lives up there and lives off the land sees invading force. Free food, free tools, free weapons, free ammo, free clothing. That's all he's seeing right now. That dude living off the grid in the middle of nothing sees them like we see Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to accept we're free. Like, you look like you're about my size boot. You'll do. And then he's going to end up being bear bait for the next winter. I'm really hungry. I need another bear and coat. Yeah, true. It might be dark for a couple months.
It could be.
Maybe.
I just wait for the day. We've got enough people. All we need to do is get enough tannerite and make it directional to where we aim it down, put some weights on top of it, a lot of weight on top of it, and we can speed up this fault line.
We got Texas Mustang 302 on Twitch. Oh, Sally, keep that snow up there.
No,
I think isn't that Mustang? I think that's Chad.
Yeah, I think that's Chad, if I remember right.
If I remember right, that's Chad.
He's probably sitting in the Twitch waiting for the trolls to come through.
It could be.
That's his favorite part about this show. We keep getting more and more trolls. He's like, ooh, yeah.
Fun.
Thought
Yeah,
so. So, yeah. Alaska's a bad idea. For one, it's really dangerous up in Alaska. Unless you're coming through a port of entry, and any port of entry is going to be armed to the teeth.
Right.
They're going to see an invading force. They live right next to Alaska or Russia. So,
yeah, that's Chad.
Alaska's a bad idea. Then they got to go through all of Canada. Now, mind you, Canada is probably going to be, well, old Canada. Trudeau is now hiding from the people.
Yeah.
Canada is looking at a civil insurrection. It's not a civil war yet, but a civil insurrection.
Did you see that over 50% of the Ottawa Police Department resigned?
Really?
Yeah, because they weren't going to go down there and take away the fuel and the firewood and the food and arrest them.
So that just tells you how many cops. That right there shows you the corrupt cops. That right there did the math for you. You don't have to think twice about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because anybody else that's going out there and confiscating your fuel, your food, your anything that you have, they're obviously not for the people. Ta-da!
Yep.
Now you can fix another problem.
Right. Before we get off here, I got another music video to play that we have total permission, and we may have him on our show here before long. So kick back and listen. This is Russell Hughes that we see in the chat room.
Yeah, it's muted.
Last night. Well, some say I'm trouble, some say I'm extreme. 'Cause I love this country and the American dream. And I'll let no politician tell me what to do. 'Cause my blood runs red, white, and blue. Yeah, I was raised country with work on my hands. Well, you respect your neighbor and you respect the land. And I'll let no president tell me what to do. 'Cause my blood runs red, white, and blue. Yeah, my blood runs red, white, and blue. Yeah, Daddy taught me right from wrong. When to be humble and when to be strong. And I'll fight for freedom if that's what I must do. 'Cause my blood runs red, white, and blue. Now Papa's passed while I was off to war. And this country's changing, not the same anymore. But I'll fight for freedom, yes, I'll fight for you. 'Cause my blood runs red, white, and blue. Hope you like it. Keep the faith, brothers. Stand strong. Fight for freedom.
Very nicely done, Russell. Very nicely done.
Very
That
good.
was-
Yeah, he
That
lives
was-
about an hour and 30 minutes away from me.
We got to get you a bass line, a drummer, and electric guitar.
He's got it. He's just doing that. He just wrote that song the night before at his house. He's been on Vincent's show twice. We had him on Born TV the other night and everything.
Oh, so he's just getting passed around like a dirty hooker.
Yeah, he is. But he's got a band. They play everywhere. He's getting booked, everything. But he wrote that song and gave us full permission to use it on any of our shows.
We definitely appreciate it, Russell.
Yes.
Very, very nicely done.
You're very welcome, Russell. And anytime you want to come on the show, shoot me a message. I got you friended on Facebook. And come on here because I know you're a big Second Amendment sponsor.
Now we just got.
Oh, the studio track's coming soon. Great. Make sure we get access to them, and we'll play them all the time on the shows.
Oh.
So, what do you guys got coming up on your next show?
I'm gonna
Well,
say we're gonna have
I
a.
could have heard a pin drop on that one.
Hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay.
Hookers and cocaine.
Damn, you're going to
That's-
talk about Kansas City, aren't you?
Pretty much. Definitely what it's going to be looking like.
We're gonna talk about something that's gonna make you think twice about people and how they're going now these days.
Right.
Oh, don't worry. I'll go put on my shirt for you, Chad. You ain't gotta worry about it. Yeah, but
Yeah, there's a song title. You just gave Russell the next song title. Credits now. Credits.
Yeah.
Yep. Royalties. Yeah. Apparently I look like Fred Flintstone in my torn off flannel shirt.
Hi, Barbara.
He's been calling me
Hi,
Fred
Barbara.
and Yabba Dabba Doo. So here you go.
Yabba dabba don't.
But everybody's going to have to tune in at 9:00 for Free Speech, Free Stupidity, because the beginning of the show changes every week. Every time.
Oh, it does. Whose turn is it today?
I think it's Carl's. No,
No.
I did it last week.
Yeah, he was last week. It's your turn today, Carl.
Oh,
it's your turn today.
No, I did it last week.
No, you didn't.
No, last week. Hey, we didn't have a show last week.
Exactly.
I did it the week before that.
Your turn.
No, the week before. Remember, I came on,
But we planned that one with you guys,
and you guys came out.
Yeah, that was his plan, though.
Oh, okay.
Because we were singing the song, so
I got to figure something else out
tonight's
then.
intro out. Which means next week I have to come up with another intro.
Yeah, Luke, I can send you the schedule. I'll put it on Discord. Schedule all the shows.
And we will have a Discord set up for Free Speech, Free Stupidity, hopefully by the end of this weekend.
Right. Because me and Cameron are going to get on that tomorrow.
So
really start setting stuff
and
up.
I may be getting a hold of Russell and Luke if he can. On Thursday nights, we may start a new show called Freedom TV.
Ooh.
And everything coming on. Plus, we had a guy on Born TV the other night, male, who is an Army veteran that in 1982, he jumped out of a plane and his chute didn't open.
Ooh.
Until 40 foot before he hit the ground.
Yeah, that did nothing.
It drug him for 200 yards.
Oh, God.
The man is walking.
Ow.
But he had a lot to talk about the VA. They have cut his pain medicine down to nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really nice guy to talk to. Everything. Oh, okay. Chad just beat me to it and put that in, but I'll put the actual picture of the schedule up.
Yeah, we'll get it posted on the Bill of Rights Network Facebook page at some point in time as well.
What's that?
The schedule.
The schedule is on.
I was gonna say that sounds.
It's pinned at the top, but I'll put it on the Discord.
That's right. He can't get to our Facebook from the UK. That's right.
Yeah, Luke, I'll send you the actual picture of it and everything on Discord. Since I know you don't do Facebook.
Yep. But Carl, I see you're using your green screen tonight. Does that mean you're home?
Yes, I'm at
That's
home.
surprising.
I told him tonight I got 2 shows and I didn't want to get copyrighted like I got on my last one because somebody played the jukebox.
And couldn't figure out how to turn the damn volume down.
Well, they paid for it, so really couldn't turn it down.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I decided it's time to start doing more of the shows at home where it's quiet. Plus, I got my green screen set up there, but I don't have this mic up there. I've got the headset. I prefer hearing myself.
Yeah, no kidding. And nobody interrupting you. Hey, we need you to come cook right now.
Yeah, that's gotten a little out of hand.
Yo, I know. I saw your face the last time they did that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were so happy.
Yes.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we always appreciate you joining us on Second Amendment Ranch. If we do get Carl's representative on, which he's been talking about, I can almost guarantee that show going long.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that one running into the next show. So we'll have to plan around that. We do have some interest. I'm sorry my guest couldn't make it tonight. I told him we'll try and get a hold of him next week. He's in the Discord now, so it should be a little more streamlined than TikTok. So hopefully next week we actually have another guest on here. He's from Australia, currently living in America.
Hopefully, I'll have a guest too next week because my
So-
buddy went and seen his dad, who was staying with me, and he was going to be on this show, but obviously he had to go see his father.
Fair enough. So hopefully next week we have some guests come on. As soon as Carl gets a time frame for us, we will let you know so we can plan that day.
Right.
Because that's a day that honestly, the questions that I can imagine coming up with, it's going to be a long show.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a very entertaining show to say the least.
Dogsy just put it on Discord. I just got a message from Discord.
Chad, you're not wrong.
But yeah, we got all that and some new places that we may be broadcasting to here before long. Rumble is StreamYard's working with Rumble.
And hopefully, I know we keep talking about it. Carl is working on the merch.
Yeah.
You got to give him time. He's a busy man, and none of us have actually been feeling good for the past couple of weeks. We've all been ran ragged. So we are working on it. Things are starting to flow a little smoother with this new year, the transition and everything. I mean, we started the year off pissing off Facebook and YouTube right out the gate. So I think that shows you how things are going to run. But we look forward to seeing you next week. Make sure you tune in to Free Speech, Free Stupidity coming up in 1 hour. You're going to want to see what we do tonight. Just like every other week. If you don't get a chance to see the intros, you can go back the previous weeks. They are on the Facebook sites as well. On the Free Speech, Free Stupidity, Bill of Rights Network, everywhere we host the shows, you can go look at the previous episodes. Don't also be sure to check out it's a People's Voice. He changed
Vincent's voice.
Vincent's voice with Vincent. And check out Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal on Tuesday nights with myself, Carl, and Denise and Ron. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cameron.
And I'm Carl.
And I'm Wally.